Hey guys, Cell here, and welcome back to some more Fates Grand Order. Couple hours later from the last episode. Back up to 140 AP, need to spend it? Let's go, Rebels. We are fighting Lancer. Man, I gotta take Okita Order out of my party already? Or at least put it in the back line? Seriously? Curse you, Lancer. Curse you! Okay, in which case... Section 4, Rebels. Sarumo, how were things in the village? Not good, I'm afraid. They've always been treated very badly there, thanks to their connections to us. We've done what we can to help each other out till now, but now things are getting even worse. On top of that, the Oprishniki have been even more violent lately. Rumor has it they even burned some other village to the ground after there was a revolt there. The people there had no choice but to give up the place and move on. Well, I can't blame them for that. That village only ever existed to serve as a decoy. Still, leaving, a bold decision. I would be surprised if 30, even 20% of them survived the journey. Maybe not, but 20% surviving is still better than all of them getting massacred by the Oprishniki. Hey, how do you guys sleep at night? Huh. Don't you feel the least bit guilty about these villagers giving up their lives for you guys? Aha, you're from one of those villages too, huh? Don't worry, so am I. Answer the damn question! Sure, we feel bad about it, but what are we supposed to do? We're fighting a war against Yvonne the Terrible here. The mortal Tsar who's been alive for the last 450 years. Who knows how many villages have been sacrificed over the years, or how many innocent Yaga, children included, have lost their lives. What other choice do we have? I know we're all gonna go to hell for this, and once we get there, V's gonna look at us with those mystic eyes and see every awful thing we've ever done. But before that happens, I want to defeat Yvonne, the Terrible, once and for all, so that my kid can at least grow up in a world without him. And now that the boss, Lady Atalanta's joined us, this is the best chance we might ever have to make that happen. We're gonna spark a revolution right here in Russia. A revolution is all well and good, but I believe we still will need to do something about these demonic beasts first. Looks that way. All hands, ready your weapons. Alright, Master of Chaldea, cast a servant. Let's see what you're really capable of. Surely you're not going to let demonic beasts like this get the better of you. Of course not. Master, I await your orders. He literally said the exact same thing I said. Battle one of ooh, that's the shot. So we got some more hermit crabs, although they're literally not called hermit crabs. They're just literally something else entirely. Anyway, we gotta buff ourselves so that way we don't actually take that much damage. Hopefully. Of course, we only managed to take out one of them. Probably should have used Altera's ability. Then at least it would have died after Musashi hit it. Right here and smack it. Oh, really? Ah, dang it. I was really banking on you actually being able to take it out. Musashi does a lot of damage, but that's only also when she does double attacks. Or she gets a full chain like this. Or she finally gets a crit on the last guy that we had to fight. Of course. That totally works too. Oh geez. 68,000, 77,000. Well, alrighty then. You know what I'm gonna do? 6 paths, 5 rings, cutty cutter, divine blades. Why not? This is a single target noble phantasm, and it should technically take this one out. What else does the other one? No, it's not gonna be enough. It just barely almost did enough. Whatever, at least one of them's gone. And now... Altair gets to do a Brave Chain, and then she'll have her Noble Phantasm. Sadly, this one actually got to do the damage cut. If it didn't do damage cut, it would have been defeated. God freaking dang it. It's fine. Take it out, and then we get to see what the big bad boss at the end is gonna be. The bigger one? Oh, it's a Bicoin. We defeated plenty of Bicoins in our days. You really think you can actually handle us? I really can't wait until my Mystic Code is actually leveled up. Being able to increase our servant's Noble Phantasm is so freaking good. I love it. Oh, she can do a full, okay. Photon Ray. Let's do this, Altera.
命は壊さない。その文明を粉砕する。
4,000 damage, not bad. Oh yeah, look at them crits. You know, I'm looking at the damage we do here, and the damage we do in the freaking event. Oh my god, it's like night and freaking day in terms of what the hell you can do in the event compared to now. It's really sad. But it's fine. Wow, really? God dang it. Did I max for Musashi? I don't remember. I think I did. Oh well. Hey, we got a seashell at least. 1 out of like 9 million that we still possibly would need for future servant. Alright, next part of the path, Hidden Tunnel. We are fighting a pure berserker. Fujina, why not? We don't really use you that much, and I really, really am glad I actually still managed to get you. So let's go against the berserker. Hey, I finished skinning them. Well done, Potsy. You can let the pack golems carry them now. By the way, Atalanta, there is something I wish to ask you. What is it? If there are any demonic beast materials at the Rebel Army stronghold, I was hoping you could let us have them. Of course, we have a fair amount stocked up. I will consider rewarding you with them, depending on how well you work. Okay, we're almost at the Hidden Tunnel. We still need to pass through it before we arrive at our stronghold, so I'm afraid you will need to bear with us a little longer. What about the cold? I'm a servant and they are Yaga, so we have no issue handling it, but the same cannot be true of you. Oh, well, okay, Master has a Mystic Code designed for extremely cold environments. Good. Thank you for your concern. It's not that. I just found it strange that you could endure it, as no ordinary humans could survive this cold. When you get right down to it, I am but one rather atypical aspect of Atalanta, manifesting as a servant. I am afraid I do not have much in the way of common sense. Anyway, the tunnel is crawling with demonic beasts, but they are weak, hiding here for shelter. We can simply cut our way through them without any issues. Alright. Master, we seem to be out of the border's comms range. Comms, is that a method of using magecraft to see things that are far away? The tunnel must be affecting it. These comms of yours should be fixed once we get out. Just forget about them in the meantime. On a different subject, we had seen a lot of demonic beasts, but I'm surprised we haven't seen any normal animals yet. Normal animals? Those all went extinct ages ago. Extinct? That certainly makes sense if you think about it. There's simply no ordinary animals that could survive such a harsh environment. Add an overwhelmingly dominant species to the mix, and it's little wonder the other animals went extinct. I've heard there used to be much smaller animals centuries ago. They were called cats and dogs, I think. Cats? Perhaps it has something to do with this form I've been summoned in, but my memory of cats and dogs are all hazy. Foe! You're right, Foe. Boss, I can smell blood. Something's eating a demonic beast. Whatever it is, it's really big. This is bad. Oh, non-servant, stay back. That is the scent of a demon boy. It seems we can ill afford to linger here. We must kill it quickly, is that clear? Got it. Good, this will be another chance to show me what you are capable of, Cell. Let's do it. Oh, there's a bunch of demonic boys, okay. So do this. A little bit of this and this. Take out at least one of them. Oh no, she definitely has no damage even with ours. Hell yeah, Fujino, alright. I'm so glad I got you. Oh man, that would have been depressing, ending the freaking Kata no Kyokai without getting a... I mean, I thought I was good. But no, just one Hail Mary ticket actually managed to get me her. Or was the fact that I said, I love you, please come home. Was that it? Was my love what got her here? It sure as hell nothing else is working. Or does she feel pity for me because I spent basically a lot literally time for her, not even Shiki Saber would come home either. It's really sad because I'm pretty sure I spent a decent amount. Didn't I buy Saint Quartz to try to get her as well? That's the saddest part about it. Okay, let's not buff up anything. So let's do Zekken, Miyukyu Sandan. I'm banking on this not actually killing anyone. At least not the middle one, so that way she can get her noble phantasm back. Please don't kill the middle one. No! My noble phantasm! God dang it. Oh well, we got Asagami Fujino, so let's do this. What was her skills again? Apply sure hit, gain crit stars for yourself. Okay, yeah, she can go for a full change. Decrease max HP and apply damage cut in guts. Increase your damage in a noble phantasm. Vishnapi Matrata, Mystic Eyes of Distortion. Let's go, Fujino! Let's show everyone what you got. Wait, she nullified something and lowered its attack. Oh, damn! Oh wait, she nullified buffs for one turn. Okay, okay, I see you. Nicely done. Now, look at your order time. I want you to buff yourself. I'll put this on you. I will have Fujino do this. I mean, look at the order time. I want you to do a full wave chain. Please get some crit. Thank you! 2-turn boss fight, not bad. The combination of Fujino and Okuta actually really worked out pretty much well. Especially fruit, you know, being able to
というやつで
get
す
rid
ね
of one buff that the enemy would have put on himself. That actually helped out a lot. I forgot about that aspect of her Noble Phantasm. It seems we find ourselves in possession of an unexpectedly large quantity of meat. Everyone, take as much as you can carry. I think I'll take some of this earth while I'm at it. This cave is rather a lucky find. All the demonic beasts that inhabit it must have affected the earth's properties. I should be able to make some excellent golems with this. It kinda looks like you're tilling a field. I would say it's as close to pottery. This is great. Now my kid won't have to go hungry. Kid? Yeah, my child. What? Did you think I was single? Well, I'm not. I know we call ourselves the Rebel Army, but there's a lot of Yaga who came here with their families after having their villages razed, because they had nowhere else to go. I'm one of them. Your villages were burned down, huh? You mean by those pretty sneaky? That's right, hell. That's how most of us rebel soldiers ended up joining. I'm one of the lucky ones. My whole family made it out alive. Some of the kids here saw their parents murdered right in front of them. That's horrible. We don't have time for idle chatter. Let's go. Right, sorry boss. Come on guys, let's get a move on. Nice looking fort. Okay, we're here. For the record, I didn't see anything that looked like it might be tracking us. But just to be safe, I will set out a few hidden security golems to keep watch. That'd be great, thanks. Ah, it would seem we're back online. Report! Give me a goddamn report right now! Why'd you go silent for so long? Just what the hell are you doing? Yes, sir, I'll do my best. Master, myself, Ava Cabron, and Potsy are all currently accompanying the Rebel Army. We're just outside their hideout right now. We'll use this opportunity to regroup and to see if we can acquire the parts we need to repair the border. We'll also see if we can replenish our food stores too, assuming that's possible anyway. A hidden stronghold, huh? I'm not super familiar with the fortress engineering, but I'd say that they seem to have done a good job with this one. It's surrounded by cliffs, making it impossible to invade from the flank or rear, and its gates are equipped with a ballista to handle frontal assaults. They've even got a barricade in place to defend against our pretty sneaky cavalry. There's no way any enemies could take this place down without significant casualties. I guess they don't call themselves the Rebel Army for nothing. Open the gate. Open the gate now. Hey, it's the boss. The boss is back. Open the gate. Welcome back, boss. It's just me, or are there more of you now? Yes, there are. I'll explain about them later. We bought back plenty of meat, enough for everyone to eat their fill. Hooray! We got meat! Thank you, boss. Once you have eaten up, assemble the commanders for a meeting. I'm sorry, Master and Company, but I'm afraid I must ask you to wait in the corner until then. Actually, we could really use some food, too. Are you sure humans can eat demonic beast meat? I suppose you must have a highly skilled cook. Very well, it would be a shame to let the excess go to waste. I'll have 3 kilograms set aside for you, dang! Thank you so much, it's a great senpai. Everyone will be so happy to hear we have food. I would rather not draw too much attention if I can help it, so I would be happy to wait in the corner. I'm happy to wait around for a while, too. Me too, okay, Master. Why don't we take a little break? Sure thing. 21 minutes. That actually isn't that bad. I figured it probably would have went on longer than that, which is why I ended the episode. It's fine. Rebel Stronghold. Oh dang! Section 5 is only 1. The quest, no battles, is Manifesto, and we get a Saint quest. I'll be happy to do this. I love how these sections are going by fast. It means I might have some hope of actually, you know, at least being able to do Lost Belt 2 when it comes out. Or at least a little bit after it comes out. Maybe I won't be behind after all. Looks like the Yaga haven't had a chance to eat their fill like this for some time. I'm glad they were willing to share some of this meat with us too. I followed Director Gordolf's advice on how to remove the toxins. Hopefully it turned out okay. How is the master? It's a little gamey. Not bad at all. You certainly are made of certain stuff, master. Huh, you guys are picky, aren't you? Me, I don't care what I eat as long as it fills me up. What is it, kid? Who's that hairless Yaga? You mean me? Uh-huh. Are you a ghost? Doesn't it hurt your face not having fur on it? All the time, but don't let it bother me. It's true. I'm a ghost. Wow. Come on, kid. Get out of here. Gotta say, though, I was expecting the Rebel Army to be more army-ish. Between all the kids and old folks here, it seems more like a refugee camp than anything else. Right you are, Patsy. So far as I can tell, only 60% of these Yaga are fit for combat at most. The most we could hope for the remaining is backup, and even that is, at best, a faint hope. There you are, Sal. I see the applicant is here too. Let us be perfectly clear about one thing. Yes, our goals are aligned in what we both desire to overthrow Ivan the Terrible. But that does not mean that we will be taking orders from you. Don't worry, I wouldn't expect you to either. For one thing, we can't hope to take on the Il-Prishniki with our respective abilities getting in each other's way. To fight them is to fight a force of nature. However, you are genuinely powerful, and so I would hate to lose that power for our side. So to start, I would like to see how you do as a reserve corps, as a way of determining your utility. In particular, I have missions which I have been putting off for a long time that require a small elite team. So far, I've been going out on my own and managing the best I can, but I am also this army's leader. I don't fear death, but I can't have the entire army shutting down while they wait for me to return. Would you undertake these missions in my stead? Of course. Pardon me, Mr. Atalanta. My apologies for interrupting you remotely at that. I believe you have heard about us from Miss Stella and Miss Kirito. But please allow us to introduce ourselves properly. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a servant just like you, and this is... Hi there, I'm Leonardo da Vinci. I have my reasons for my spirit origin being in low power mode, but we'll just skip all that for now if you don't mind. Atalanta, I'm a servant from proper human history. Just like you, also I'm a genius, and I'll be afraid to ask for help if you got a tricky problem. That said, there is still a lot we don't know, since we only just came to this world. Do you mind if I ask you a question? Child hero, are you altered too? Technically. Well, no matter, it would be wrong to refuse a request from a child. What is it you wish to know? What can you tell us about that huge tree? From what we've been told, it sounds like it's a fairly recent development. You wouldn't happen to know what it is, would you? You mean a tree so large it appears to support the entire world? There is a tree like that in my own mythology, but... No, I doubt that tree and this one have anything to do with one another. I am sorry to say that I do not know what it is either. However, my spy in Yaga Moscow did tell me one thing. Oh, what is it? I suppose it would be wrong to withhold this until you have completed your end of the deal I wish to make. Doing so would only raise your hopes to an unreasonable degree. All we have is a name. A name? Yes, it is called the Tree of Emptiness. I'm told a human-looking court mage was muttering it to himself during a walk around the city. Apparently, he said the Tree of Emptiness still hasn't taken root. The Tree of Emptiness, eh? It shrouds itself in clouds in lieu of leaves, in a cloud tree, if you will. For the time being, I would like to see what I can find out about this Tree of Emptiness from our database. I doubt my search will prove fruitful, though. Do what you wish. Now, what about you? Will you undertake this mission for me? If I can, I will. You bet. I would never give you an order I believe to be impossible. Patsy will go with them, as they are still unfamiliar with this land. Since you are a hunter, I trust you know how to use a gun. Does that mean you're gonna let me join? If that is what you want. Well, I do have my own grudge against the Oath Priest Sneaky. A grudge, That alone will not see you to the end of this battle. You must make a choice and hold to it with all your conviction. Otherwise, this Russian blizzard will swallow you up in an instant. I know that. Then here's your first mission. I want you to journey to the nearby village and pass out our manifesto. Manifesto? We want other Yaga to know that the rebel army exists and that our goal is to overthrow Ivan the Terrible and wipe out the Oath Priest Sneaky. And if possible, we would like their help in procuring food and medicine. You got any idea how risky that is? What are you gonna do if one of these Yaga squeals on us? Should that happen, I want you to handle it however you feel is necessary. Not the most comprehensive of plans, Still, we will need assistance from other villages if we are to campaign in such a vast land. Now, we would like to make a request of our own. Do you think you can help us procure these? I can get you the demonic beast fangs and golem cores now. Here's what we have from those we killed earlier, and we have them now as an advance for this mission. Thank you. What about the rest? Who do you think we are? We are a rebel army. We never have enough supplies to go around. I can only give you the fangs and cores because we have little need for them. As for the rest, well, there are cities that have sworn total allegiance to Ivan the Terrible. I would like to capture a number of them at some point. If you can help me do that, I'll consider helping you find the rest. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Let's go with that. I'm the one calling the shots around here, thank you. Yeah, you're more of like a mascot at this point that is just really freaking annoying and that eats all of our food. Everything goes through me first. You do not make decisions for yourself in the field, understand? Well, what is your answer? I suppose that is acceptable. See, that is done so. Of course. All that fuss for nothing, exactly. Good, now that I have marked the villages I want you to go to on this map, make sure you visit all of them. I'll check into the shortest routes to each from here. Thank you, Holmes. Good, we're finally finding our footing. Now we can start moving forward. Do you think you can stop by the Shadow Border first? We would like you to bring back the food you just acquired. I'm also told there is something else that needs to be done before we can begin the repairs. Come on, Master, let's get going. Isn't it nighttime now? But how is it moving so fast? I optimized the golem's speed for speed. I certainly hope that they could move at least this fast. So this is what real magecraft is like, huh? Damn it, I should have been a mage myself. I'm afraid it's not that simple, Patsy. Abba Capron is one of the most famous Kabbalists in history. It would take at least 10 generations for an ordinary mage to reach this level of magecraft. Thank you, Marsh. But all I did was attempt many different casting experiments to find what I was looking for. What were you looking for? My final goal is to create a golem that would be known as the Primordial Man. A golem that could guide my people in their time of suffering and help them to build a new Eden. Regrettably, I did not live long enough to see that wish fulfilled. Still, I am glad that the knowledge I gained along the way is serving to protect humanity now. Okay, we're coming up on a village. We better get off these things or they might spark a riot. A good point. Very well then, I'll disable them for now. Thank you for the Saint Quartz. I'm loving this. Oh? Okay, so we're making a route detour around the pass, going to these villages, and then we'll come back? Or do we go back? I don't know. Oh, we got 3 now. Those from Chaldea, a berserker, and an archer. I will get Okita bond points, I do not care. Helena, I would also want you to swap with Mamaraiko. See? I instinctively call her Mamaraiko. I'm still getting salty over what the hell happened in the freaking, Kogetsukan. Still getting salty over that. Section 6. Those from Chaldea. This is the first village on our list. Get your hoods on and follow me, just like we discussed. Understood, we're counting on you, Patsy. Depending on how this manifesto goes over, we might need to make a hasty escape. Yep. Halt. Who goes there? We are the army who will bring the tyrannical Ivan Fort to justice. We're here to deliver a manifesto to you from our leader. We ask that you read it and give us your response to its call to action. You're with the rebel army. Okay, come on in. That was easy. I'm actually kind of worried now. Everything seems to be alright, at least for now. Let's see what they had to say. So that's why we're hoping you can help us out with any food and medical supplies you can spare. Maybe it's because he's grown old, or because someone's talked to him into it, or because there's something strange going on in Russia right now. But all I know for sure is that the Tsar hasn't said one thing for the past 3 months, and our Prishniki have cracked down on us harder than ever. The only reason this village has escaped their wrath is because we're located far away from the closest highway, because of how poor we are. All that said, young ones, the Tsar is still the Tsar. We Yaga must never forget what he has done for Russia and for us. If he hadn't come up with a way to combine us with demonic beasts and turn us into Yaga, we would have died out long ago. It's only by his grace that we are alive at all, so we cannot lend our aid to the rebel army. I see, then I guess we're done here. Come on, Cell. Let me finish. That said, the old Prishniki have been out of control. They are neither Yaga nor the old humans. If the Tsar refuses to keep them in check, we have no choice but to defend ourselves. So the question is, are you strong enough to take them hard? So you want us to battle and show our might, and then you'll enlist yourself under our flag, okay. That is what I would like you to show me. You heard the man. How can we do that? Oh, that's easy. We have a number of strong Yaga here in our village, as well as some domesticated demonic beasts. What do you say to a battle against them, not to the death, but anything else goes? Doesn't seem like we have much of a choice. We'll fight them and we'll beat them. We accept your challenge. Very well, then please step us outside. I can't say I care to demonstrate my strength in this way, but I suppose we have no other choice. Very well then, let's give them a good show. I don't get it. Why must everything in this world be decided by strength alone? Mosh? I'm sorry, it's nothing. Okay, Master, please go ahead and give Avikabroni orders. Oh, I got more than him. Okay. Alright. We got a decent amount of health. Still put up defenses because of the freaking berserkers. We should be fine. Technically. Yes. I love the fact that one of them's already down. And we only have 2 left. Technically 1.5 now. So do that, that, and then that. Oh, Tamamo, I love you with those crits. And thank you for actually having enough damage for that. Alright. Let's for the up and dragon lancer. It is time for you to use your noble phantasm, but first, I think it'd be better to get some crit stars. Just in case. Don't go Miniado. Bye, suckers! Come on. Who wants to go up against Tamamo's noble phantasm now? Tamed demonic beast B is the strongest out of everyone here. Alright, so let's tame him. damage. Now, Tokunatsu ni Ko, Goddess Love
ジャッジ
Parasol.
メントの時間だ。優雅に胸元逃げちゃってます。
Judgment time has come. Take out the middle
言
one,
い逃れは
and
聞
then
きま
one on
せ
the
んよ。
right, and then we can deal with the one that we chose.
狐はまるっとお見通し。見ていくらが色気がさ超愛一瞬。
Bye. And there goes number A. Did I really just say number A? Letter A. I was thinking of number 1. And yes,
胸も優雅に決めます。
this is the number A. That's right, I said
ア
it.
バチュール。
Oh man. I think that's the stupidest thing I've said in a while.
ではでは泳ぎに参りましょう。マスター。
I was trying to think of the number 1 enemy and whatever. Well, you like our string? That should do it. As you can see, they're still very much alive. You mean you really didn't kill a single one? Are you a servant? Why, yes, I am. I see. We have heard of servants before. They say you are monsters from another world, and that you are terribly powerful, despite looking like humans. I've even heard that some servants possess power great even enough to rival the Tsar. Are you one of them? No, there's nothing particularly special about me. I'm just a simple scholar and golem keeper, a perfectly ordinary human as might find anywhere in the world. On behalf of our village, I promise to offer our full support to the rebel army. Though I'm afraid we can only spare a little in the way of food and medical supplies. That's okay. Even a little bit goes a long way. By the way, I trust you'll be delivering your manifesto to the 2 nearby villages as well. Let me write you a letter of recommendation. It should help things go more smoothly when you visit them. Thank you so much. Although I'm afraid we've lost contact with the other 2 villages recently. They may have been overrun by bandits or demonic beasts. If they have, could I ask you to give them a proper burial? Okay, we will. Please throw any food or medicine you can spare in this carrier golem, if you don't mind. Now then, let us head to the next village. And golems are really useful. They can be mounts, they can be storage units, they can fight. Pretty great. Alright, those from Chaldea. Guess we gotta prove our might to the second village? Or is this gonna be bandits? Who knows? Assassin and Saber. God dang it. Let's do this. Village looks destroyed. This is terrible. Damn, this is definitely a no-go. Let's head to the next village. Shouldn't we look for survivors? Don't bother, there aren't any. Sure about that. Hello, is anyone there? Hello, Shadow Border crew. Are you able to scan the area for signs of life? We're tuning our equipment to make it capable of scanning for this world's life forms, using Yaga's life signs as a base. But the Shadow Border scanner is an older model, so I'm told it will take time to enter the parameters and cross-reference it with the approximation data. Suffice to say, it will go faster if you just look around Ava Capron. Understood. Hey, anybody? Over here. Master! Are you alright? Yeah, I was just knocked out for a while there. What happened here? Bandits. We fought them off as best we could, but we only lasted 4 days before they... Damn it. Are there any other survivors? I'm afraid not. Damn it. Where these bandits run off to? I don't know for sure, but probably one of the neighboring villages. We were just at one of those villages ourselves, so they must have gone to the other one. I got a map here. Come on. I'm afraid we can't take you with us, but I can leave this food and some medical supplies with you. Thanks. I think I'll be okay once our rest stop is for food. Well, I'll figure something out. If you're gonna go help the other village, then hurry before they end up like ours. Then again, I guess you can't really call this a village anymore. Sorry to leave you, but we gotta go. Please take one of my golems so we can hurry there, Master. I would hate for us to arrive too late. Master, the golem I sent on ahead has found the village. How's it looking? Not good. They have lit a red signal fire. Oh crap, that's a distress signal. There might still be time. I see shadows in front of us. They're Yaga. Out of our way, out of our way. Move aside or we'll kill you dead. It would seem they are not interested in a peaceful discussion. I believe things will go faster if I simply knock them aside. Right, please hurry. Battle 1 of 2, okay. I'm fine with this. Maybe I won't have to fight that many sabers after all. Especially if I deal with the saber now before I can attack Okita. Come on, Ishtar. You never disappoint me, I love you. Now if only her sister Yadish Kinkle could have come home. Then I could have the two of them together at all times. Still depressed over that too. Good job. I'm never gonna get over that apparently. Alright. This should be enough to deal with C. Definitely is. Oh, so close. Gotta love Yvtar's massive freaking crit damage even against enemies that she's not strong against. It is fantastic. I mean, 84% of a noble phantasm, she should be able to get up herself now. 202? Aww. We are fighting sabers. That's fine. I want to test the waters a little bit, as we also have Ishtar's damage buff. Come on, Okita Orata. Look at all these damage buffs I'm giving you. You should be able to at least take out the assassin. But how's about a little bit of a saber as well? Zekken, Miyukir Sandan. I believe in the power of all these buffs and in Okita. I figured as much. God dang it. It's fine. I figured that would happen because her Noble Phantasm's AoE. Yeah, man. Come on, Okita. 2 quicks. Damn. Alter Egos really can't do that much against sabers. It sucks. Well, perfectly fine. She still basically almost took out that freaking assassin with a Noble Phantasm as well. There they go. It would seem there was no need to follow them. Guess they weren't actually trying to attack us. Right, if anything, it looked more like they were running away. Some of them even broke away during the fight. I'm sure there are any number of reasons why they may have done so. But for the moment, perhaps our time might be better spent making haste to our goal. What is it, Holmes? It took some time to register the Yaga biosignals, but I've managed to buy using parties as a base. That said, at this point all I can do is use this data to determine if any Yaga are in the direction you're headed. For example, at this moment I can tell you that there are several hundred Yaga along your path. I rather doubt they are all bandits, so it would seem that there is still an opportunity to stop those who are. Come on, Cell, let's hurry. Alright, here's the third village. No battles in this one, okay. I'm fine with that. What? What's going on? Oh, hello there. Are you the people from Chaldea? Huh? Did you say Chaldea? Is that a no? No, I mean, yes, we are from Chaldea, but... Oh, thank you so much for all your help. I'm so sorry I couldn't thank you properly back then. Oh, I didn't realize we'd left a distress signal burning. Hey, somebody put that fire out. I'm sorry, but... Huh? Tell us what's going on. What do you mean? Aren't you the ones who picked up our signal? Sorry, we don't know what you're talking about. What? How about you begin at the beginning, Gramps? Yes, of course. It was the second day of the bandits' attack. We erected a barricade and did our best to hold them off from within the village, but none of us here are strong enough to defeat even a lowly foot soldier. Nor, unfortunately, were the bandits. Things may actually have been better if they had clearly outmatched us. Had they done that, they likely would have just made off with our possessions and spared our lives. But unfortunately, they were just as desperate as we were. A number of them were injured. I imagine they must have run into some fierce resistance at the last village they attacked. So for them, things had reached the point where it was either kill or be killed. Of course, we led a distress signal soon after the attack began, but we didn't actually expect anyone to respond. Though pretty sneaky certainly wouldn't, they only exist to serve the Tsar after all. At best we held out a sliver of hope that one of the nearby villages might send someone to help. That's when someone from Chaldea came? Exactly. They were human just like you, so at first I thought they were a mage. I was certain we were holed up safely, with no way for anyone to get in, but suddenly, without any warning at all, they were just here. Then they approached the bandits and asked them why they were doing something so foolish. They had then reached the bandits, so they turned their fury on the human. Whatever the human was, they defeated all of the bandits at once. Though they were completely surrounded, the human used some kind of weapon, a thin sword or something, to cut off a few of the bandits' limbs. I couldn't tell if it was magecraft or a trick you might see from a street performer in a big city. And then there was that frightening bloodlust. It was like an immense pressure emanating from this human. I think even a Kree shot would turn tail and run from it. The bandits were clearly shocked. They must have realized they were facing an opponent they couldn't possibly defeat. The ones who remained began to panic, scrambling to get away. They fled in the direction you came from. We were still dumbfounded by what we'd seen when a human audibly sighed and said, "What a headache. Once again, I have cut something worthless." Which 7 are they talking about? I have cut something worthless. I currently can't know. To me, their sight sounded more than a little weary, but also kind and comforting. And after treating the injured Yaga's wounds, they headed off into the mountains. By this point, I had relaxed a bit, so I called out to them and asked their name. The only reply was, "I'm from Chaldea." Then they clicked their tongue and went on their way. I cut something worthless. A thin blade. Wait, a thin blade. They're from Chaldea. They cut something worthless. A swordsman? Is it a cuckboy? Beowulf? What did this person look like? Well, strangely enough, nobody can seem to remember them clearly. We do know their clothes were worn and they looked like they had been wandering for a long time. And while their face was covered up by a hood, I distinctly remember they didn't have any fur, just like you, so I knew they went Yaga. And there's another human here besides us, or maybe another servant. If this person is claiming to be from Chaldea, they must be an acquaintance of yours. They may be one of the heroic spirits in Chaldea's record, like Atalanta. At any rate, the important thing is that they're not our enemy. In fact, they seem to be improving our reputation. Yes, that, or it could be someone who's trying to play like they're from Chaldea, so it would drag us out, so that way they could attack us. It's as simple as that, really. What do you make of this, Holmes? Hermes Zell summoned this servant. Assuming that it is what they are, it would make sense for them to say they are from Chaldea. But the only servant we have summoned here is Avacabron. Another possibility is that it's a servant summoned here by the land itself, like Miss Atlanta, but that too seems highly unlikely. In which case, it may truly be another survivor from Chaldea. One who simply happened to wander into this frozen version of Russia, much like us. Someone who wanders into other worlds, Musashi. Wait, didn't Musashi mention that she would show up in the story further along eventually? Yeah, Musashi. I almost forgot. This is the Rebel Army's manifesto. Mind taking a look at it. It's either Musashi or it's the guy that we fought in Shimosa, whatever the heck his name was. Now I see. So Chaldea is allied with the Rebel Army. Well, I certainly can't refuse after you've saved our lives. We will gladly support you in any way we can. Great. That's 2 out of the 3 villages on our side. Not bad. There's nothing we can do about the one that was wiped out before we got here, though. Alright. There was a single survivor at the village that got wiped out. Can you send someone there to pick him up? If you can, it'd be nice for you to give him some work here. I'm sure he wasn't hurt too badly. Well, now a survivor, you say? Alright, I'll send someone out right away. Great, then that takes care of our mission. Excellent. Now then, Patsy. There's one more place we need to stop, so is there a way... There's one more place we need to stop, so here is where we must part ways, though temporarily. How, you want me to go back by myself? Wouldn't it be quicker for you to return with us, without us, since we won't be slowing you down? Are you kidding? Avacabron's golems move way faster than I can. But okay, I asked the village chief to help me snag a bicoin. Alright, I'll give out a report to Atalanta, so make sure you get back to the stronghold as soon as you can. Take care out there. Man, it still feels weird having people being so kind like this. Anyway, I doubt you guys are gonna betray us or get cold feet all of a sudden. But don't take too long coming back, you hear? Oh, don't worry about that. But yeah, the only one that I believe, again with the traveling between worlds, is Musashi. As again, didn't she mention that she'd see us again sometime? Wasn't it that phone call or message that she left behind that said that she'd be traveling around? So yeah, it's probably her. Lamenting at night, crying at dawn. Oh, come on, don't tell me that freaking he's crying. Come on, Gordolf, it ain't that bad. Right? Oh boy, please don't tell me it's actually him crying. I don't want to hear that. Cell returning to base. Marshkin and Aito returning to base. Welcome back, you two. Nice to meet you in person, Avacabron. It's an honor to meet such a distinguished golem master. No matter how bad things may get, the artist in me will never stop appreciating fine art. You are too kind, Leonardo da Vinci. I'm the one who should be honored to meet you. Truth be told, I'm somewhat embarrassed to be greeted so kindly by such a renowned genius. Now then, I take it you called us here to do more than merely deliver a report. Yep, I did. Come on, Marsh, overdue for a checkup. Oh, right. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. I figured as much. Emergency or not, you still transformed again, didn't you? Normally, I'd want to examine you immediately, but of course, circumstances aren't exactly ideal here. Alright, off to the exam room with you. Take care of Cell for me, will you, Holmes? Certainly. Very well then, Gordolf. Now that we have the information Miss Cell acquired for us, let's say we use it to plan our next move. Yes, of course. So what do we do next? Well, to begin... How's about you let me lead? Okay, you're all done. Doesn't look like anything major's messed up. So your 7 spirit origin is still too unstable to rely on, but physically, you're totally healthy, better than healthy even. Back at Chaldea, your human body and 7 spirit origin failed to work together, causing your body to attack itself in the form of auto-intoxication. But it looks like that disappeared during a voyage in void space. I really am a genius, aren't I? Even my medical care is flawless. I'm Technical Advisor Da Vinci. Could I talk to you about something? Oh, this sounds serious. Let me just grab myself a seat here. Right then, what's up? Hopefully it's something I can help you with. Be honest with me, how many more times can I fight as a servant? I know I've reached my limit as a demi-servant. But this is all too big for me to just sit on the sidelines and do nothing. I need to be able to fight beside Mastery again, even if it's unsafe. Da Vinci. Oh, forget it. More cagey answers and no more keeping secrets. It's really not a question of how many at this point. You're perfectly capable of fighting plenty now. Remember, you awoke the spirit origin that had been dormant in you for the last year. You might not be quite as strong as you once were, what with the extreme cold and all, but it's not as if fighting is causing you a lot of pain, right? And that is because your body is acclimated to being a demi-servant again. At this point, it's actually all just a mental thing. Of course, that's really the biggest challenge of all. Really? But I thought Galahad was gone, that he decided I wasn't worthy. Yep, I bet he did, the jerk. I'm pretty annoyed by that myself. It's been a year since the battle at the Temple of Time after handling your medical care during that whole time. There's one thing I can say for sure. Galahad isn't helping you anymore. That so-called Holy Knight abandoned his responsibility to you. He might as well have written you a Dear John letter to say he wasn't going to help anymore and you'll just have to take care of yourself from now on. So yeah, he's bailed on you and he isn't coming back ever. But then, how was I able to transform? Simple, you and Galahad are different people. He only really allowed you to give form to his power. You were borrowing it from him. And thanks to your experience in battle, you grew into your own as a Knight of the Shield. The person you were when you fused with that heroic spirit and the person you are now are pretty much completely different people at this point. Galahad may be gone, but you are a full-fledged demi-servant in your own right now. Get it? The harm transforming has been doing to you, and the fact that your spirit origin seems weaker. None of that had to do with Galahad. It's all you, your body, your mind. Your weakness is just a state that your body is in, and your inability to transform as completely as you like is just a matter of your own mind holding you back. But can you be more specific? Does that mean if I can resolve those two problems, I can be useful to everyone again? Well, with Galahad gone, your spirit origin dropped pretty sharply. You lost more than half your power. It's no wonder you're not as strong as you used to be, so that's the plain old physical problem. It also means you've lost the skills, gifts, and protection that came from his legend. From here on, you'll need to develop and hone your own way of fighting. And of course, we can help you with that. You just have to get back to the original plan. The original plan? You mean Project Ortonax? Oh, you know about that. Did Romani tell you? Oh, actually, I heard about it from Director Monisbury. He said that Heroic Spirits would probably reject a demi-servant. So Project Ortonax would make up for any difficulty I may have in functioning properly as a servant. I can't believe he had that much foresight and still didn't think to stop the demi-servant experiments. Just what did he think heroic spirit bodies are? Anyway, he should be ashamed of himself, letting them degrade just so he could accomplish his goal. Well, not that I've been overly picky about my own methods. Me sitting here now talking to you is proof enough, I suppose. Anywho, your physical strength issues should take care of itself over time. We can talk more about that later. So that leaves the mental aspect, Marsh. Right now, you're scared to transform. Your body refuses to make the 7th transformation because you are so riddled with doubts. Doubts? I am. Yes, and I don't mean our last conversation about how being a 7 could harm you. Okay, so you're saying there's a different problem? Yeah, this time you don't really want to fight, of course. That may have been true for all the other times as well. But when we were fighting to save humanity, it was obvious we were doing the right thing. So because of that, you were able to fight in spite of your fear. But that's not true anymore. We aren't facing that kind of threat this time around. You can sense it, and I'm sure Cell can too. And that makes this an even bigger problem than Galahad being gone or the harmful side effects of your transformation into a servant. Much Kiriraito. Can you fight for what you believe is right, even against your fellow man, even when that enemy hasn't done anything wrong? Well, how is this even helpful? All we've learned is that Russia has been overrun by a bunch of beastly barbarians. Godolph, they are not beasts, they are Yaga. Isn't that just what they decided to call themselves? Not at all. The Kabbalah and alchemy may both be magecraft, but they are also quite different. The magecraft baits and their spells may both differ greatly. But both are part of a system of knowledge and mechanics that is collectively known as magecraft. Beastmen and Yaga may appear the same to you, but I assure you they are entirely different. The creatures you refer to, Godolph, are werewolves, lycanthropes and the like. They are demonic beasts who are awakened to their true nature by blood. However, Yaga are a fusion of demonic beasts and human. As such, the closest approximation would be combined phantasmals such as chimeras. I see. So Yaga and beastmen have different origins there. Correct, however, the fundamental issue lies elsewhere. Oh? Listen closely, the Yaga have formed a country. They have their own culture, their own way of life. And is that in some way different from the singularities you claim to have resolved? Yes, very much so. The singularities were resolved created hypothetical versions of history at different points in time. Think of each as something of a diversion from the main track of history. Chaldea resolved these singularities by reshifting to those points in time and setting history back on its proper course. This is different though. The divergent point in history seems to be 450 years ago. Most likely it occurred at the moment that the Great Cold Wave hit, and Yvonne the Terrible merged with demonic beasts to become a Yaga. Then this world singularity occurred in the past, it's over? Precisely. In other words, the hypothetical history of the singularity creator has continued into the present. Take Patsy's scoped bolt-action hunting rifle, for example. It's very similar to a modern-day gun. But as it's still far from cutting-edge technology, I believe it is made with engineering that, from our standpoint, would be half a century out of date. But that's what the firearm was cutting-edge back when it was introduced in Yvonne the Terrible's era. Furthermore, this one has a major trait that sets it apart even from our own modern-day weaponry. It is specifically designed to kill demonic beasts. Ah yes, I noticed that as well. I have a similar magical gun myself, you see. When he fired his gun, a spell was activated, though it was a primitive one. I believe that weapon was made with the intention to be used by the Yaga. Most likely it uses magical energy instead of additional gunpowder to increase its muzzle velocity, thereby increasing its round penetrative power. Patsy seemed perfectly comfortable with it, as did the other Yaga. And from that we can deduce that this world is entirely separate from our own. It followed an entirely different track of history than ours did. As such, it would be inappropriate to call it singularity. I don't care what you call it, we have a much more important question that needs answering. Will overthrowing Yvonne the Terrible actually solve the problem here? Given the nature of our enemy, I do think defeating him would have some effect on this world. Come now, aren't you the world's greatest detective? Aren't you supposed to have brilliant flashes of insight or something? I'm afraid there is very little to work with, even in a way of circumstantial evidence besides. Oh, for here we go. Now is not the time. He actually said it. That's the great detective for you. That said, we may not yet know the full extent of the situation, but the problem isn't especially complex. After all, we know exactly who our enemy is, a version of Yvonne the Terrible who has been ruling Russia for roughly 500 years. That is the single largest point of a differentiation between our Russia's history and this one. There can be no doubt that he is the key to this world. Differentiation. Don't know why I said it the other way. For the moment, our interests would best be served by continuing to aid the rebel army, as that is sure to lead us to Yvonne the Terrible in due time. So what you're saying is that we've got a long road ahead of us, full of twists and turns, damn it. That's not all. There's something else we should discuss too. Indeed, the human maid serving Yvonne the Terrible and a human-looking servant. The latter is most likely the woman we saw at Chaldea. Of course, it could also be Koyanskaya or the priest. Just thinking about them gives me chills. Well, me and my bank account in Koyanskaya's case. The most pressing problem is the mage. Kishtadia called himself a crypta. He also said that there were even 7 of them, which corresponds to the number of mages from Team A who disappeared from their coffins. It follows then that one of those 7 mages is now serving Ivan the Terrible. Assuming we wish to take Koinskaya to word, the mage is Kadok Zemlupus. Of course, we cannot be certain that is the case at this stage. But if it is, then we must ask ourselves what measures he was likely to take to deal with us. A lot of measures? Ordinary people are scorned and strong people envied. Those fancy mages from noble families competing on skill. What a joke. As if they've ever won anything with their own 2 hands. Me, I worked to get to where I was. I put everything I had into it. Something I'd cry like a baby about how meaningless it all felt. But I'd always dry my tears and keep on going. Sometimes. And the ones who were born with money and power hated me for it. They called me a worthless dog. They said I wasn't even a human, that I was nothing more than livestock. When 7 people were assembled to serve as humanity's first line of defense, it was different. I was chosen to be one of them, and not for political reasons. They chose me on my own merits, nothing more. But then it was all over before it even began. I never had a chance. That's right, we were done and there was nothing we could do about it. You could have the most frightful expression on your face, Kadok. Are you alright? Huh. Oh, sorry, nothing to worry about, I promise. Why are you always so quick to apologize? You still feel inferior. So, damn it. Look, I can't really help being a walking inferiority complex. You still feel that way even though you were able to summon me? Luxury jewelry sell-off? Sometimes I have no idea what you're saying. So, being able to summon you is a luxury, like jewelry, and if I have a problem with that, you're gonna sell me off, is that right? Yes, that is perfect. Well done. I guess you're right. I'm a first-class master, which is why you're a first-class servant. But aren't you worried about how much magical energy you have? You know, that's a sore spot for me. It's a good thing that casters don't need much magical energy from their masters, but it still takes a hell of a lot to make a workshop in power noble phantasm. Don't worry about that, my darling V will handle it. In proper human history, V was supposed to be something unimaginably horrific monster. Oh, here's Nikolai Gogol. Came up with him. He's a monster with very heavy eyelids. But Gogol didn't come up with him out of nowhere. He drew inspiration from the fearsome Balor of Irish myth. And there were other sources of inspiration like Solodivi Bunio, whose fiery gaze could reduce entire towns to ash, and Boniak, who is said to have killed no fewer than 40,000 people. V is the Romanovs' little Easter egg, our secret. Maybe he wandered into proper human history from the Lost Belt. His power always was abnormal, even in his own time. Well, for my part, I was also surprised to find you were a mage, in the true sense of the word. I suppose, now that I've been redefined as a heroic spirit, I've become a mage representing the version of Russia we are in now. I may have been a pathetic failure in proper human history, but in this Lost Belt I've become a Grand Duchess of Ice. And it's all thanks to you, Kadok Zemlupus. I'm sorry for the twisted way I summoned you. Just that was the only way I could make sure you'd be a powerful heroic spirit. Wasn't what I said unclear. I was thanking you in my own way. I don't mind that I am irregular. Thanks to that, I cannot even remember my family's faces clearly. I may look like a human on the outside, but inside much more a Yaga. And because you summoned me to this last belt, where even historical records are muddled, all I can remember is that I'm Anastasia, the Grand Duchess, and a shaman who made a pact with V. Either way, I have no attachment whatsoever to proper human history. I'm happy to be a Lost Belt servant. You don't have to worry about anything. You're free to make use of me however you see fit. I know. Believe me, I have every intention of taking advantage of that power of yours. It is thanks to this power that I'm able to kill. I will kill Chaldeans so that they no longer get in our way. I'll kill the rebel armies who would defy the Sodom even in this Lost Belt Russia. And then... Well there, that's far enough. Grand Duchess, remember, he's only sleeping. You've got to keep a lid on that magical energy of yours too, at least while you're here. He's gonna keep on sleeping like a baby, That's how it has to be for the time being.
You're not too much fun, are you?
Oh, come off it. You think I don't know that? But I can't afford to lose again. Not this time. I'm gonna see this through to the end, no matter what. But oh, that's it. I'm dead.
I see. Then I hope you'll do your best to keep fighting my master.
I will.
Okay, that's enough narrow-mindedness for one day. We're going to work on my dress.
Wait, hold up. Why would you even need that?
Why, for the ball, of course.
There aren't any balls here.
And I'll throw one myself.
You think anyone here still knows how to dance? You're gonna have to trust me on this, they don't. Not in this world. Oh crap, you're not playing to dance with me, are you?
Of course not. Don't worry, I'm only joking. I would never put on a ball. And stop looking at me as though I was some sort of monster. The next time you do that, I'll freeze your feet to the floor and make you sleep in the hallway standing up.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Master. You need to handle my charming insistence that I have my own way much better than you have been.
This is exhausting. Uh-huh.
Morning, Cell. Did you get a good night's sleep? I know a 4-hour nap isn't much, but I bet it's a lot better than sleeping outside. Now here's some coffee and a plate of hard-boiled eggs, or at least fresh since I kind of resemble them. We ran out of eggs way back, sadly. Still, doesn't this make it feel like a typical morning inside a cramped submarine? Thanks, Da Vinci. No problem, anyway, now that you're awake, there's something important we have to discuss.
Hey, where's Marsh? Is this about Marsh?
Nice to see you're still quick on the uptake, and thanks for worrying about her. That's kind of you. I put Marsh back in her old role as navigator. She's on board naturally. Your heroic spirit summoning went great. Vodka is proving to be a very dependable servant. He's probably the best one we could have hoped for in this frozen wasteland. You can't fight the cold with combat prowess alone, now can you? Even Napoleon ended up losing to Russia's cold, and that was proper human history to boot. But Vodka's golems can service walls and labor hell. They're fixing the border even as we speak. And of course, they make great soldiers too. So since Marsh can't fight, there's no reason for her to accompany you, or for you to have to keep her safe. Honestly, I'm fine with that. Good, I don't want to add to her burden. Oh, burden, huh? Well, in that regard, you'll just have to wait a little longer. Master!
Good morning. Hi, Marsh.
Good morning.
Got something to say, Marsh?
I'm so sorry, Master. I won't be able to help you on the front line anymore.
It's for the best, Marsh. I'm worried about you.
But I'm fine, really. There's nothing wrong with me physically. It's just...
We'll still be fighting together, just in different places. I know you'll do a great job guiding me again.
Right.
Yeah, it's Marsh who's gonna cry. Good morning, Miss Cell. I'm sorry we couldn't let you rest longer. I do hope you made the most of your warm blanket while you had the opportunity. Now then, back to the task at hand. Our goal remains the same. Find out what has happened here. Thanks to your previous efforts, we now know several things. There's a new race of people called Yaga. Yvonne the Terrible lives and has ruled for the past 500 years. An endless storm rages at the fringes of this world, and there's this mysterious tree. I believe unraveling the mysteries of each of these points will determine our future course of action. To begin, we need more information on Yvonne the Terrible. Fortunately, we have the rebel army's trust. At present, we plan to continue working with them in an effort to make our way to him. If at all possible, I would like to help the rebel army with their aims as well. Helping them to reach a point where they can defeat the Oprishniku would be ideal. Atalanta may be a famous hunter in Greek myth, but I fear she would have a hard time facing Yvonne the Terrible. Can't you summon a more powerful servant? You know, like the King of Heroes, or the King of Conquerors, or the King of Knights? I wish I had the King of Knights. Saber version. I'm afraid that, in that particular regard, our prospects are rather dim at the present moment. Summoning such a powerful servant here would be sure to spark all manner of rumors. If the rebel army hasn't heard any such rumors, Then it is safe to assume there's no heroic spirit in this world who could save it single-handedly. Of course, there's always the possibility that they have heard such rumors, and simply haven't yet told us. I suppose that would be too much to hope for. This is not an ideal time for a bold, daring plan. At the moment, we need to focus on laying foundations. You said it. Okay, Gordolf. Time for you to go back to checking tomorrow's weather forecast. Anyone could tell you what tomorrow's weather will be here. Blizzard, blizzard, and more blizzard. Alright, see you later, Mosh. See you soon. Right, good luck, Master. Mosh, I want to take you with me. But in your current state, with you not being able to, you know, fully come to terms with what you're gonna have to do, yeah, bringing you wouldn't really be the best thing to do. Because if anything, if you're not fully 100% set on what you need to do, someone most likely is gonna get hurt. Probably me for trying to protect you. So yeah, those tears were in fact Mosh's. She wants to fight beside me, but she can't get herself to. Oh, come on, really? Okay, I was gonna end the episode, but seeing as how this is literally only one, let's go. Vodka. In this quest, the battle you fight will depend on the choices you make. You serious? The fight will depend on the choices that I make. Well, crap. I mean, that's an interesting concept, but who the heck are we gonna fight? I'm kind of scared. Let's go, I guess? Vodka? Shuten Doji? I think she's more into sake. And just about midday now, this blizzard isn't letting up at all. I placed a waypoint marking the location of Rebel Army's hideout. Please take care not to get turned around on the way there. Stop, Cell. I'm a Capone. Shh. What was that sound? It sounds like something is crawling. Something quite large at that. You know, I've heard rumors that giants used to walk around the earth back in the Age of Gods. I wonder if that's what Patsy was talking about. You mean the Diavoltron? Right, the demonic beast that can destroy a whole village on its own. Looking at it now, it seems that there was no exaggeration. It appears to resemble a large Hydra. Well, Master, what would you have us do? Shall we fight it to avoid it? I believe there is no wrong answer here. I will go along with whatever you decide. Let's get out of here before it sees us. It might attack a village if we don't take it down. As you wish. We will certainly need to face this enemy sooner or later if we are to survive here in Russia. I will begin by slowing it down with my golems, much Kuderaito. Would you mind analyzing it for us? Right, I'll do everything I can to compile as much data as possible. No, it's an assassin! Oh wait, it's an assassin! A second there, I was terrified. But it's literally just a good old assassin. No. Just Okuta, her noble phantasm. Damage increases. How long does the Buster card resistance for 3 turns? Alright. Do this on each card. And let's go. Second, Miyuki's Sundown. Let's do this, Okita. Do some gold, huh? Well.
そういうことか。
That's fine, I guess. There goes Ishtar's freaking ability, but Okita Oruta gets a full break chain. And she got some crits.
終わりだ。
I'm all for this, especially with all these crit stars I'm getting.
うわうわうわ。
Come on, that's right, keep on attacking. Wait, my god, dang it.
優雅なカレーみたいだ。
Alright, before it finally gets, you know, the debuff gone, do this,
そういうことか。
this.
狙いは決まっ
Angal
私
Kigashi.
の。うん。
I don't remember if her Noble Phantasm Buster buff stays until after the battle is over, or it disappears after she's done her Noble
ゲー
Phantasm.
トオープン。
Because if it stays after, then
よしよし。
that Buster will
今回
help
もよ
with
ろ
an
しくね。
90%
大
chance
い
to
なる
crit.
天から大いなる地に向けてまたの名をジベルハブリブレイカー。どうかしら。
21,000 damage, not bad. 54,000 with that as well. Hell yeah! That's right, Diavoltron. You can stun us all you want. Not like it's gonna do you much good. So do that, that, and then that.
計略だ。
Gotta get the Noble Phantasm up.
逃さん。
Woo! Ishtar, no! How dare you!
この兄ちゃん
Quick
見逃し
attack.
ません。
Remove debuffs for one ally.
容赦しませんから。魔人パワー全開。
Man, am I glad I kept Mama Raiko in the party.
Second, Miyukio Sundan.
あ、行こう。
Get at him, Okita! You can do it!
無理無理無理。三個を束ねて無給となす。絶景無給三段。
Hell yeah!
す。
Don't mess with my
魔
Okita!
人機煉獄リリー。
Oh god, that crit!
わ
God damn! Raiko! Good thing we have first the Sun and Okada-E's out here. God damn!
二刀流でも見せちゃろか
It doesn't really do much when it's not a freaking human.
あの金の目
Wrong one. I meant to do
が
that.
金の
Do
目が
that.
受け負っ
Then
覚
that.
悟せ
たどこだ 受け負った選んだ背中を
行くぜ
God damn!
どこだ
I should have put a beat on Okada. I miss that too much. But hey, first the Sun at least had guts, right? So he would have survived. Technically. But damn, that thing does a lot. At least now I know what class it is.
You didn't have confirmed into your Voltron's final signs had disappeared. I think I was able to run a fairly thorough analysis on it, too. Looks like its body produces alcohol.
You know what's interesting, though? Is that if we decided to avoid that, we probably would have ended up fighting something else. That's why it was a question mark. Oh, you don't mean vodka?
Huh? No, it isn't distilled liquor. If anything, it looks like it's closer to the fermented kind.
Fermented? They're the peasants will. Never mind. Cell, hurry up and get yourself back to the rebel army's hideout. Any decent Russian military installation should have some vodka lying around. Make sure to bring back anything you can get them to share. I hope the Yaga are still able to afford such luxuries. Come, Cell, let us hurry on.
Sure thing. That was an interesting fight. A little bit scary there towards the end, but it worked out. Totally. Oh, this is for it. Alright. So with that, I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next one, where we will be doing Section 9, Birth of a Yaga. And maybe if Section 10 has 2 or 1, I might end up doing Section 10 as well. So yeah, till then, see you guys later.